Welcome. Now we are doing a reading passage. It's a passage 1. That simply means it's a simple reading passage rather than passage 2 and passage 3, which are quite difficult. Most of the time, passage 1 contain type A questions. What do you mean by type A questions? The questions which can be found very easily, and you don't need to read the whole passage to find the answers for this, but it is a tutorial for beginners, so I will explain from very basic to how to find the answers. Here the time limit is not a constraint, just because we want to ensure that we can find out answers for each of them and really need to get the correct answer. These two are the requirements as of now, as we are starting our learning. So how can a person do this? First of all, when you get the question, you must read the instruction. Look at it, is only a one word question, and another is true false not given. You can see, isn't it? True false not given. Okay, then in order to complete this task, first you need to read the questions and mark the keyword from each of the question and find that keyword in the reading passage which is given. So and try to find out the answer as quickly as it possible. Here I didn't rush through anything. It's very simple, and I will need you to focus and find out answers for everyone. Answers for every question, and it should be a correct one. By ensuring the correct answers in passage 1 and passage 2, give much more confidence in your learning. As you find out how to answer reading passage 1 and reading passage 2, you will gain confidence, and it will help to the question done within 60 minutes. So how to deal with this? Don't try to read the passage, just look at this and mark the keyword. Here the problem, the London increased, dash of the London increased rapidly between, here is the keyword, rapidly between that. Then here Charles Pearson, we must mark this one. So after Charles Pearson, this will come in the reading passage. So Charles Pearson, a solicitor, suggests building an underground railway. The building railway would make it possible to move people to a better housing. Building the railway possible to move people. A number of dash agreed with Pearson idea. So his idea, some are agreed with that. The company had initially problems getting the dash need for the project. So getting the dash need for the company initially need for the project. Negative articles about the project appeared. So here, then look at this. Here is a word that is in single quote, which is very important, that can be used as a keyword for finding the answer. Because it is very important to read through the sections very quickly and find out the answer. Then another problem that may arise in reading passage 1 is especially that it is in the first 6 questions, and we cannot start from here. We want to read another 2 questions or maybe probably 3 to find out is this questions came within the reading passage of this question. What I mean is, this question, does this question overlap with this one? So in order to read this passage section, we can find out the answer for this. So in order to find that, we must first read about that one. Other countries had built underground railways before the metropolitan line opened. So other countries had built underground railways before the metropolitan line. So metropolitan line opened, but the keyword before the metropolitan line opened. That's the first one. And second one is more people than predicted traveled on metropolitan line on the first day. So more people than predicted traveled on metropolitan line on the first day. So here the keyword is predicted. More people than predicted traveled on the metropolitan line on the first day. And these two are simple. Probably if you are not confident, you can read another one too. The use of ventilation shaft failed to prevent the pollution in the tunnels. Use of ventilation shaft. So this is the keyword. Failed is the keyword here. Here the predicted is the keyword here. To prevent the pollution in the tunnel. Pollution in the tunnel. So you marking use of ventilation where it came in the reading passage, you can focus and read it. So these are the things that you first do, then start from here. Okay, you must start from reading from the top. Okay, when you read, you can use the skimming method, and it is quite simple. Just search for the keywords here. Look at it. First 1980 and 1950. In the first half of 1900s, London population grew at an astonishing rate. The central area became increasingly congested. In addition, expansion of the overground railway network resulted in more and more passengers arriving at the capital. However, in 1946, a royal commission decided that the railway should not allow to enter the city, the city's capital's historic and business center. So this is 980. In 946, we want to understand. It is between this. The answer lies. Okay. The dash of the London increased rapidly between. The streets were full of horse-drawn vehicles. That's nothing matter. The first one. The London's population grew at an astonishing rate. Yes. The dash of London increased rapidly between the London population. Must write. Look at this population. No, yes. Another thing. Okay, the Charles Pearson. The building the railway would make it possible to move people to the better housing in the dash. You must skim and find. You know the Charles Pearson. Look at the sea's capital, and you see crossing sea, and this one here the name Charles Pearson. As a soldier, he sought about social and economic passages of advantages in building and restoration. Look at this. Building the railway would make it possible to move people to a better housing in the dash. Okay. Where with underground railway that would link the overground railway station together and clear London slums at the same time. His idea was to relocate the poor workers who lived in the inner city slum to a newly constructed suburb, to a better housing in the dash. So in the suburbs. You must mark this one too, because it will help to read suburb. Yes, you should mark this one as 2 when you record, so it will help to find the answers of 3 below that. Dash. A number of dash agreed with the Pearson idea, so he brought an idea here. To provide cheap rail to Pearson idea gained support amongst some businessmen. In 1988, he submitted a plan to Parliament. It was rejected, but the proposal from another group underground which is Parliament passed. So Pearson idea gained support amongst some businessmen. So it's businessmen. And another thing is, the company initially had problem getting the dash need for the project. The company. Okay, businessman, you want to read from there if you want. He submitted a plan to Parliament. It was rejected, but coincided with a proposal from another group, from an underground connecting line which Parliament was. The two groups merged and established a metropolitan railway company in August 1985. The company plan was to construct underground railway line from the Western Railways station at Paddington to the edge of the city at Farrington Street, a distance almost 5 km. The organization had difficulty in raising the funding for such a radical and expensive scheme. Funding for radical. The organization had difficulty. Yes, the company had problems getting the dash need for the project. Raising the funding. So here the answer is funding. The negative articles about the project appeared in the dash. Okay. An expensive scheme, and not least because of the critical articles printed by the press. So critical articles, here are the articles. Let me printed by the press. The chosen road did not require many buildings to pull down the construction. The cut and cover. You can look at this cut and cover. Yes. The cut and cover. Cut and cover method was used to construct the tunnel with the completion of the brick arch. So it's a completion of brick arch. The tunnel was covered with a trench about, I think you can see it clearly. A trench about 10. Brick arch was added to create a tunnel. A 2-meter deep layer of soil was laid on the top of the tunnel and road was built. With the completion of the brick arch, the tunnel was covered with to create a tunnel. A 2-meter deep layer of soil was laid on top of the tunnel and the road above was rebuilt. So it's a toss between soil and a road, but road was rebuilt. Road rebuilt was laid. So was covered with not road, because road is built, but here soil is laid. So I think it's soil. Okay.